Trustee Williams, we can start.
Good afternoon, everyone. The October 5th meeting of the Committee on Finance and Administrative Services is now called to order. Will the Chief Advisor please call the roll?
Chair Massey? Vice Chair Swanson?
Here.
Trustee Williams?
Here.
Trustee Goldblum?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have a quorum?
Yes, we do have a quorum.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining us today. As the Chief Advisor has just noted, we do have a quorum. At this time, we will have remarks on behalf of Finance and Administrative Services from Chief Financial Officer Maribel Rodriguez.
Thank you, Trustee Williams. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to update the board on the status of our annual audit. The FY23 audit is in full swing, and I am pleased to report that we are on target to complete it by no later than November 15th. We will present the audit to the board for its approval at the December board meeting. As we discussed at the last board meeting, we have embarked on bond refinancing. I want to personally thank Finance Committee Chair Darrell Williams for your insights and thoughtful feedback throughout on both our bond refinancing as well as the continued guidance on our budget every year. Thank you, Trustee. Finally, I want to recognize the service of Vice Presidents of Finance and Operations at Harold Washington College, Kent Lusk. It deeply saddens me to share that we lost VP Lusk at the beginning of this week. I know his loss is felt not only by his family and friends, but throughout the CCC community. VP Lusk was a trusted colleague and friend, and a truly warm and generous leader. On behalf of the finance team, the finance department, I want to extend our condolences to the family and the entire Harold Washington and CCC community. Thank you. That concludes my report today.
Thank you, CFO Rodriguez. We will now review the board reports to be considered during the October regular board meeting, which will take place later this afternoon at 2 p.m. Will the Chief Advisor please proceed with the review of board reports?
Thank you, Trustee Williams. We will start with resolutions. Resolution 1.00 ratifies and approves the consent agenda from September 2023. We will move on to Resolution 1.01. President Hollingsworth.
Resolution 1.01 seeks the board's approval to pay Illinois Equity Staffing, who provided professional development services to Still I Rise students who are part of the Violence Prevention Grant from the City of Chicago. Based on the grant renewal agreement with the City of Chicago Mayor's Office, Illinois Equity Staffing initiated and continued their support of the grant and is owed $124,500.
Thank you. We'll proceed, President Sanders, review 1.02 and 1.03.
Thank you. Resolution 1.02 is a request for the board to authorize payment to Benco Dental for additional charges relative to the repair of dental chairs located in the dental hygiene clinic totaling $1,419.79 above the authorized service agreement total of $5,919.95 in FY23. Since we are now in FY24 and since the dental chairs are needed to facilitate teaching and learning for students in the program, and since these charges, though higher than the original estimate, were reasonable and necessary, we are requesting board approval to pay the additional amount of $1,419.79. Resolution 1.03 is a request for the board to authorize the purchase of round-trip tickets expected to exceed $1,000 for the study abroad program of MXC's successful mentoring program. This authorization will allow the purchase of international group tickets to Cape Town, South Africa, It was an error in the original document saying Johannesburg, it's actually Cape Town. In February 2024, Nairobi, Kenya in March 2024, Accra, Ghana in April 2024, Kigali, Rwanda in May 2024, and Dar es Salaam, Tanzania in June 2024. Such airfare will be in accordance with existing board policy and will conform to all applicable risk management and procurement policies and procedures relative to international travel. This program is grant funded.
Thank you, President Sanders. Provost Potter, please review 1.04 and 1.05.
Resolution 1.04 is our regular twice-yearly resolution for renewal and non-renewal of non-tenured full-time faculty. The faculty under consideration today are our spring hires from the last 3 years. This resolution includes 14 renewals from the first to second year, 2 renewals from the second to third year, 4 affirmative tenure decisions, 1 extension, and 1 non-renewal. As a refresher, during the first 3 years of a full-time faculty member's appointment, contract renewal is on a yearly basis until, following the 3rd successful year, tenure is achieved. Full-time faculty participate in a rigorous, though supportive, Tenure Assistance Program, or TAP, that includes required mentoring, participation in seminars, and completion of an independent learning and service plan. Ultimately, faculty are expected to demonstrate growth and meet expectations in what we call the 5 talents of teaching. The rigor of the renewal and tenure process derives from both the standards themselves and from the joint faculty administration oversight that's in place. The annual review process begins at the department with faculty involvement and goes ultimately to the college president. Each college has a tenured faculty member who serves as a TAP leader to support the process, and those TAP leaders, along with a faculty member appointed as a district-wide TAP coordinator, work closely with district leaders in academic affairs. This setup ensures that processes are followed and standards adhered to. Numerous checks leading directly to my office ensure the integrity of the process. Resolution 1.05 seeks board approval to change how tuition is charged for a limited number of specialized programs in the district. Tuition for the programs under consideration currently have a flat rate per semester structure differentiated from our regular $146 per credit hour rate. With this change, the differentiated tuition for these programs will be reflected in the new per credit hour rates for the relevant specialized courses, whereas the tuition for the non-specialized classes that are part of those programs, like general education classes, will be consistent with the standard tuition rate that all students pay. This change is intended to provide pricing clarity, excuse me, and a more seamless student experience, especially in instances where a student diverges from the prescribed semester-by-semester course map or needs to retake a class. The total tuition cost to complete these programs is remaining the same with these changes, and this is also a revenue-neutral change. And the 4 programs affected by this change are radiography, dental hygiene, BNA or basic nursing assistant, and aviation.
Thank you, Provost Potter. President Janowski, please review 1.06.
1.06 is an amendment to Board Report 34431. Richard J. Daley College is requesting approval to execute an agreement with various vendors for student support services. These student support services include recruiting, counseling, case management, coaching, employment, and mentoring for the period commencing no sooner than 1 July 2023 through 31 December 2024, at a cost not to exceed the cost of each vendor. These vendors will be providing student wraparound support services as partners with Daley College through our Workforce Equity Initiative grant. The total appropriation for all vendor agreements is not to exceed the cost of $821,000. The vendors are as follows: Inner City Muslim Action Network, $300,000. Manufacturing Renaissance, $35,000. Southwest Organizing Project, $135,000. Chicago Area Project, $125,000. Mountain Path Licensing, Publishing, and Consulting, LLC, doing business as Second Opportunity, $26,000. Revolution Institute, $100,000. Purpose Workforce Solutions, LC3, $100,000. Thank you for the consideration.
Thank you, President Janowski. CTO Dunning, please review 1.07.
Resolution 1.07 requests the board's approval for a $500 per month automobile and expense allowance for each president and district cabinet member to assist with defraying expenses relating to or resulting from discharge of duties, including, without limitation, automobile and travel, team building, supplies and equipment, networking expenses.
Thank you, President Janowski. CFO Rodriguez, please review 1.08.
Resolution 1.08 is an authorization to set the financing parameters for the City College's 2023 bond refunding. At the September board meeting, Resolution 34885 was approved to authorize a not to exceed par amount for the refunding transaction. This resolution is more detailed in nature and includes key details in relation to the issuance of the bonds. Thank you.
Thank you, CFO Rodriguez. CTO Dunning, please review the personnel report.
Board item 2.0 is a request to approve the October 2023 personnel report. There are 21 actions on this month's report. They include 7 new and rehires, 11 promotions, title, and salary changes, and 3 separations and retirements. This concludes the August report.
Thank you, CTO Dunning. EBC Herrero, please review the resource development report.
Thank you. The October Resource Development Report includes 19 grants awarded totaling $6,862,746 and 28 grant applications submitted requesting a sum of $18,820,051. 2 donations were received. I will highlight 2 awards this month, both to Daly College for their Welcome Back Center. One is from the World Education Service for $100,000 and another $250,000 from the Illinois Department of Human Services. The Chicago Welcome Back Center has really important work and helps internationally educated immigrants and refugees through the credential and licensing process to be able to work as a nurse, a health professional, or teacher in Illinois. Section 4 documents 3 grant awards that were included in previous resource development reports and for which we received an increased amount of funding. That's to from AmeriCorps Vista, to the District Office, Workforce Equity Initiative, and TRIO at Malcolm X College. This concludes the October Resource Development Report.
Question. So on the Welcome Back Center, which I've always thought was a fantastic idea, President Janowski, does the recent surge in the new migrants who are coming to the city, does that have an effect on your center? Is the center involved at all?
Yeah, Chair Massey, this is Janine Janowski. Thank you so much for that question. Actually, it has increased. The demand for the Welcome Back Center, for nursing, and for teaching and education. And we estimate based on the respite center at Daly College, about 10% of the folks that are joining us and residing in the respite center meet those qualifications for coming with a license in either nursing or teaching. So even currently at Daly College, that means about 20 or 30 folks are interested in enrolling in the Welcome Back Center. The other thing that it has brought to our attention is we started with nursing, now we're moving into teaching and education. But there are other folks that have reached out to the Welcome Back Center very much interested in other professions. One of those being a physician, another being an architect, and I can keep going. So the answer to your question is a resounding yes.
Thank you. We'll proceed on to the agreements. Provost Potter will review 4.00 and 4.01.
Agreement 4.00 seeks board approval for a one-year renewal of our agreement with West Ed from the period November 1st, 2023 to October 31st, 2024 to continue research into the impact and success of key student success strategies in the form of both direct financial support to students through the Chancellor's Retention Grants and financial counseling through services provided in partnership with Working Credit. This renewal is at no additional cost beyond the original authorization granted, which was at a total cost not to exceed $234,427. Agreement 4.01 seeks board approval to enter into an agreement with Karish Enterprises, doing business as Karish and Associates, for provision of communication access real-time translation, or CART services. On an as-needed basis, the vendor will provide live captioning as a reasonable accommodation for students, staff, and others with hearing disabilities in classes or other instructional settings, as well as at events and meetings. The agreement is for 3 years through October 31st, 2026, at a total cost not to exceed $60,000 annually.
Thank you, Provost Potter. VC Anthony, please review 4.02 and 4.03.
Agreement 4.02 requests the board's authority to enter an agreement with Wiss Janney Elstner Associates Incorporated to provide engineering services for the replacement of the Malcolm X College stormwater detention system for the period commencing no sooner than October 5th, 2023 through December 31, 2026, at a total cost not to exceed $637,000. Wiss Janney Elstner is pre-qualified to provide professional engineering services to the district and was also retained by external counsel as an expert witness in litigation. This agreement will allow completion of design that was in progress at the time of settlement and allow work to proceed in a timely and efficient manner. Wiss Janney will complete construction documents, support review of general contractor bids, and perform construction administration for the phased replacement of the stormwater detention system. 4.03 requests the board's authority to approve renewal of the list of pre-qualified architectural and engineering firms in order to allow response to solicitations for work district-wide. The term of this renewal of the pre-qualified list will be December 1, 2023 through November 30th, 2025. There is no associated cost at this time. The architects and engineers will provide full architectural, space planning, engineering, environmental, construction management, and project management services for design, planning, and oversight through project completion for new construction, maintenance, and repairs throughout the district. Utilizing these architects and engineers that have been pre-qualified by the City of Chicago's Public Building Commission provides the district with a deep pool of expertise in a wide array of subject matter, and it also includes a significant number of certified MBE and WBE firms. Specifically, of the 155 pre-qualified firms, 62 are certified as either MBE or WBE. The pre-qualified firms will compete with each other for specific projects, which will be publicly advertised through a letter of interest posted on the Procurement Services website. After proposal review, the recommended architect or engineer will be presented to the board for approval of each specific project.
Thank you, VC Anthony. Interim CIO Jakara will review 4.04 and 4.05.
Good afternoon. Item 4.04 requests the board's authority to execute an agreement with Carasoft Technology Corporation to provide sales wings licenses for the period of November 1st, 2023 through October 31st of 2024 at a total cost not to exceed $25,641.47. The addition of this Salesforce enhancement product to the CRM ecosystem will allow CCC to track student journeys across targeted web properties. The data will be pushed to Marketing Cloud, which is CCC's enterprise digital marketing tool, and it will provide insights into user activities and message personalization. The addition of this tool will result in a more sophisticated and data-informed outreach to prospective students. Item 4.05 requests the board's authority to execute an agreement with DocuSign for the district-wide electronic signature solution licensing and electronic seals for the period commencing no sooner than October 1st, 2023 through September 30th of 2026 at a total cost not to exceed $430,044 for the contract term. I do need to make a correction to the board report as currently written. We are requesting authority for an agreement with both DocuSign and DocuSign France, which is a whole subsidiary of DocuSign. The reason for this is that we procure licensing and products from both entities. The board report will be corrected for the record. The total authority, however, requested remains what is presented on the board report as currently written.
Thank you. We'll proceed on with purchases. B.C. Anthony, please review 5.00.
Purchase 5.00 requests the board's authority for the monthly job order contractor construction projects to be performed by the listed contractors. Board Report 34571, authorized utilization of JOC as a construction delivery method to perform renovation services, deferred maintenance, and repairs. This month's report lists 2 projects for a total cost not to exceed $197,981.37.
Thank you. President Potash, please review 5.01. President Potash?
Sorry, I was getting the unmute button going. 5.01 requests the board's approval for the purchase of,
This is the purchase of various theater, audiovisual equipment, AVI-SPL LLC.
the board packet you gave me has CASAS as 5.01. Hold on one sec. Updated.
Just a second.
Yeah. Was this reinserted after you got the material from the vendor?
No, this is what you have to do. You still have the board report.
Yeah, because this is what I had, because it was for last night, it was removed.
I'll keep going down.
Sorry about that. I was ready for it, and then that's NCS persons.
You're looking at that's the wrong one. Yep. And that will give it to you. Okay. We'll skip it and we'll come back to it at the end.
Okay. You meant from the earlier draft then?
Yes.
Okay. I
You can
apologize.
get it. Look on your preliminary report.
No, I had it before. I just didn't expect that we were doing it, because I heard last night it wasn't.
Yeah, it stayed in.
It stayed in. Okay.
Okay. Can you find it? We'll continue on with legal once you find it. 'Cause
Got it.
I'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We'll continue on and we'll come back to you, President Potash. Continue on with the legal. GC Goen, can you review? 5.02. Sorry about that. One of those days. Provost Carter, can you review 5.02?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Purchase 5.02 seeks board authority for the issuance of a purchase order to procure GED exam testing materials from NCS Pearson, doing business as Pearson View, in support of our adult education programs across the district that prepare students for this high school equivalency exam. The term of the purchase begins on October 1st, 2023, and runs through June 30th, 2028.
Thank you, Provost Carter. GC Goen, can you review the legal invoices?
Resolution 6.00 requests approval of legal fees totaling $415,534.96. Such legal fees cover litigation, employment, labor, corporate, and higher education matters.
Thank you, G.C. Goen. Provost Potter, you should have received it in your email.
Thank you. By way of explanation, this is for a purchase for an upgrade of Wright's Theater, and we had some challenges on the procurement front, and I did not think it was going in. We went back and forth last night, so I apologize for that. The 5.01 requests the board approval for a purchase order with AVI SPL for the purchase of audiovisual equipment for the upgrade of Wright's Theater. This is for the period of October 10th through June 30th. It's for a total cost not to exceed $103,943.
Thank you. Trustee Williams, pending no further questions, that concludes the review of board reports.
Thank you, everyone. May I have a motion to discharge the October 5th, 2023 minutes, resource development report, resolutions, agreements, personnel report, purchases, and legal invoices included on today's committee agenda as part of the consent agenda to the October 5th, 2023 regular board meeting?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you. Since there is no further business to come before this committee today, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. We are adjourned.
Thank you, thank you.